Hi, Moonbeam Ice Cream. Did you change the username? Sorry I left. I got grapes. Moon, sitting on your blue jeans.
So I had worked with Uncle and Me before. I performed at the Tea Party, and I'm completely independent. I literally just filled out a random application online.
What was your original screen name?
Because I have things going on, but I still decided to do this as well. I still not any sort of fun. I think I'm more model, however, but I'm not getting food stuff all the time. But they could be like dinner afterwards. It was around, I wrapped up around 10:30, but I haven't left until like 10:40 because I couldn't find the organizer, so I couldn't tell them that I was the lead, so I had to call them honestly, ask them who it was, and she told me to talk to Chelsea. I talked to Chelsea yesterday, and I texted her and was, hey, what's the driving through? And she's called me Wednesday. So, but I was like, so I don't know why she's taking it Wednesday instead of Sunday, but I can't really do much. So.
Okay, there was also their dancer, their only dancer, from what I can tell, was a dancer. Everyone was a lone
That's the only line I know.
in her underwear.
Sitting on your blue jeans.
And she said that she was hired 3 hours before the show went on, before the event, that she brought a variety of outfits, including a Great Gatsby themed outfit, and told them the different styles of dance that she could do, and that they chose the pole dancing, and that they chose the outfit that she ended up wearing.
Where's my...
And she did try and interact with the
Yeah, in high school I used to have this phase where I'd only draw with like mechanical pencils because I love the sharpness of them, of like the lines I could draw. But then I sort of fell out of it, and then I started liking pencils more because I like the blurriness I could get, and like the haze. And I prefer pencils to doing I was about to say live action, but more realistic drawings.
Gowns and outfits from the show itself on display. They had a little shop where they were selling like the different makeup collabs that they had started doing with Sephora and
sort of
companies. I think
went back, I guess.
I can't remember, or Charlotte Tilbury, I can't remember. And then they brought us into a different reception room where it was like the Queen's waiting area where people could go and greet themselves to the Queen or could get photos and things like that. And there was also a lady whistle down sheet where you could literally go and find and answer clues to
I like to sketch too, Lucia.
I got like 2 clues.
That's really all I do now. I haven't colored in a minute.
The dancers and the actors are interacting with me more, so I decided to focus on that because I was trying to be the diamond of the season. A pirate man was chosen instead of me, but that's okay, because he really twirled. He had fun. I actually ended up getting to be a part of the actual Bridgerton experience.
Dude, almost shut off.
After that, they do a little dance where they like got a bunch
Dude,
of us involved.
What's his name? Mystery. He's not my favorite, and I have no problem admitting that.
Interpretive dance play of
my favorite is Mira, from K-pop Demon Hunters. I like fell in love, or I guess obsessed for now.
He asked me to dance and did. Sorry, that sounds so stupid. I'm explaining this weird. This is 2 years ago, okay? But I have the photos. They did this. There are things.
His neck is just really long.
It is a whole show. More than it is just a ball, okay? And so I think that was also.
I think I've gotten better at drawing noses, but I still kind of suck at drawing hands.
Is that there is a show happening, not just go dance, go be a Bridgerton. I did see one vendor on TikTok who shared that she had made specialty Bridgerton themed candles for the event, and a lot had not sold, so she was going to be putting them on her website. I will have that link down below. I will find the website that she is selling them on, or at least link her TikTok so you can find it yourself if you would like. I assume what may have possibly happened is they decided, let's do an event like this, base it around Bridgerton, so that people maybe think, allegedly, that this is associated with the actual Bridgerton experience, and that it's just
I'm gonna have to fix that neck.
Mine was $55 when I went to the Bridgerton experience in 2022. I think what
looking like a
giraffe.
giraffe.
Profit off of the Bridgerton theme of it all, okay? And then let's keep costs just as low as possible so we can profit as much as possible. Which, yes, in theory, great. But it's one thing to not want to be in the red for your event. Totally get it, valid.
It won't focus. Never mind.
You should not go in thinking that it's going to be profitable. Events are incredibly expensive. You cannot go through thinking that your first time event is going to be as profitable as an event that has been running for 10 plus years and knows the business inside and out and their attendee base and things like that. Like it's not going to happen, okay? You also cannot expect that your event is going to be as profitable as something put on by Netflix, okay? That's just not realistic, especially because when you are banking off of something allegedly potentially being associated with an actual established trademark and IP, as in Bridgerton, you run the risk of lawsuits. I don't know why you thought this would allegedly be a good idea. Allegedly, possibly, perhaps, perchance, whatever. I don't know why anyone thought this would be a good idea. Okay, this is okay. I'm not judging the attendees or anything like that in this regard. I'm literally just judging the organizers and all of that. One guy, okay, who apparently is a promoter, okay, allegedly. Made a video, Big Gucci .1 on TikTok, and he put my experience 2024 Bridgerton ball recap, and he shot it in landscape mode, changed the lighting, it looks like, added a filter, shot it from various angles, and edited it really well. So it looks like a very packed, very well attended, very well set up event. It still does not fit the Bridgerton theme. In fact, I don't even think he ever shows the full dancer. It does not look like, but like focused on like people coming up in limos, coming up in their horse-drawn carriages and such, focusing on how stunning everyone looks, which valid. But then people in the comment sections of this, it's like, they either don't realize that he is associated with the event in some capacity, allegedly. He said, oh, the food was just not bad. The food wasn't good, but it was just disorganized. It was not a scam. And it sounds like he may have been associated with the event itself. This one girl, Lydia's18, said when they left the stripper pole unattended at the Detroit Bridgerton Ball, and she started having a little dance herself with the pole, which, you know what? Fun. My only thing, it's like, even in this regard, if the pole, I believe the pole was the dancer's pole, that's the only thing where I would say, hey, maybe don't touch that, but also, why was she able to go and touch that? Why did they leave it unattended? Why was it not on the stage? Why was it on just the ballroom floor space when you have a stage? Why did... I can't identify, aside from the people on the stage, like, people putting on this event, like people running the event. The Bridgerton Ball experience, yes, had people in costume that were the actors involved in the event, but they also people in standard clothes that were organizing the event so that I could safely identify someone who, if I needed help and things like that. Like, overall, just looking for employees of
Do I
this
have a
event.
darker purple?
In all of the clips I've seen, I see 0, okay? Or at least I can safely identify 0, which just for an event is a red flag. Now, really quick, talking about the postponement, let me go back to the
Sitting
postponement.
on
In
your
a statement to
blue jeans and under the moonbeams.
LLC said, we understand that not everyone had the experience they hoped for at our most recent event on Sunday night at the
I don't think I've ever
Harmony.
actually listened to that
We
song.
sincerely apologize. Our intention was to provide a magical evening, but we recognize the organizational challenges affected
I just
the
heard people
enjoyment of
clowning
some
on it.
guests. We take full responsibility and accountability for these shortcomings. The company said it was working to address all concerns with big guests, adding, we are reviewing resolution options, which will be communicated shortly, but they have taken things down. Their Instagram is still up at the time of me looking at this right now. I believe their comments are off. Yeah, comments are off. It looks like they partnered with a event planner. I think this might be a Chelsea Beard, I believe. I think this is Chelsea, and she's put on videos of her Bridgerton themed ball. Her comments also off. This is from 2 weeks ago. So originally this was supposed to be at Castle Hall in Detroit, Sunday, August 25th, and it shows a very different venue, Castle Hall, and it looks stunning. It's a very beautiful, it's a very castle-like. They've done a lot of weddings on their Instagram that looks stunning, and so I can understand why people were like, oh, this is what I'm getting, this is great. So there was an official event website as well. Let's do that. Wayback Machine, DetroitBridgertonBall.com. Go, let's see. It was crawled, by the way, back, not my time to the site. Okay, Detroit Bridgerton themed ball. Here's the official website. Regency era dance. Step into the enchanting world of the Regency era at the Detroit Bridgerton themed ball. Join us for an evening of sophistication, grace, and historical charm. Experience a night like no other, filled with music, dance, and exquisite costumes. That's all that is there here, it looks like. So let me see. Detroit Bridgerton themed ball. Eventbrite. Is this it? Yeah, Sunday, September 22nd. So this is literally exactly a week ago. Get ready to step back into time in the Regency era at the Detroit Bridgerton themed ball. A night of elegance, romance, and grandeur by Event Management Company. I believe that is Uncle and Me Event Management Company. Uncle and Me Management. This is a snapshot of their website from August 26th, Bridgerton themed ball, Sunday 22nd. So this is the actual rescheduled date. There was a different date. It was originally supposed to be in August, and they actually ended up postponing it earlier in August. We'll talk about the postponement and things like that in general in a second. But I wanted wanted to make it abundantly clear that this is not the same location that was in the initial time slot. Come enjoy our Bridgerton themed ball with prizes, giveaways, and more. You'll also get the chance to win the diamond of the season. Suitors in attendance will have the chance to win 2,000 cash prize for best dress. So just men? Oh, here's the ticket breakdown though. Let's go. Okay, this is what I like to see. Viscount or Viscountess, $119 here. Lady or Lord, $150. Duke and Duchess, $250. The Royal Court, $550, and then there's all service fees attached to these as well. The Royal Family, $1,000. I'm assuming this is more than one person for the Royal Family. A group thing like that, titled the Royal Family, the assumption would be that it would be multiple people associated with it. Carriage wide, $20, which does seem like it did happen. There were quite a few people that appeared to arrive in carriage or go on carriage. The Uncle and Me story for the Bridgerton event. Uncle and Me was founded by uncle and niece team Jeremy Scott and Chelsea Beard, who initially partnered together to learn about the business, or leave a typo, with two separate successful small businesses. And their small businesses, the team wanted to develop a platform for other small businesses to learn and become successful with real life, real-time learning and networking opportunities. So they created the seasonal branded pop-up shop events. So it seems like they mainly do pop-up events for shopping, and that's what they have known for doing. I think this is the first type of event they did here in this regard. Originally, the Detroit Ball was set for August 25th, but was rescheduled due to issues after arose with the venue, according to the event management company. The party was ultimately hosted at the Historic Army Club. So issues with the venue, that's code for they didn't pay, allegedly, typically, what I have found. I usually don't trust when an event completely reschedules and changes venue, because usually what that means is that the original venue saw red flags that they did not want to be associated with. Whether that's something as simple as someone being like, hey, you have the licensing rights for this, right? Like, you were given permission to use the trademark and things like that. Like, that's allowed, right? Or something like, hey, we don't think you've sold enough tickets for like how much it costs for this venue. Like, can we get a chunk of the payment up front? Or they've just decided, hey, you haven't done a venue of the scale at this yet. We would like for you to pay up front. Things like that. And then typically that's usually where things fall apart with an initial venue, and then moving to a completely separate venue. Now, there have been instances where it's like, oh, we have to reschedule from this date to this date because of whatever reason, and that date, that venue no longer has anything going on. I don't know, it could be that. But to reschedule for literally a whole month later is not a good sign. And then to completely change the venue in that regard. Like a week or so later at the same venue, I think you could be fine. Different venue that is larger because there's more tickets to be sold, totally fine. That being said, you should always have a venue. I've talked about this before. You should always have a venue before you start selling tickets, so you know your capacity limits and things like that. You never want to oversell capacity. If you, like, let's say you really want to expand to a bigger venue, then you have a wait list and you realize the wait list is just so big. It's like, wait a minute, there's a lot of attention and a lot of want for this event. We really should expand and do something bigger. And even then, be realistic with yourself on whether or not you can actually, I have the word, but I usually think it's a red flag when something is postponed and then changed drastically like this. Do I think something like this will happen again? Yes. As long as there keeps being successful events and also events that do go well for things like this. Like, there's a whole booming industry now of fantasy balls, and quite a few of them have tried to profit off of the balls of book talk and that book talk loves from fantasy books like Akatar and things like that. And typically I hear complaints, they come to me via people complaining because there's things where it's like, oh, why did they do this and not this and things like that. I think it's better when you just do like I think it's Mystic Fate. They do one that I think I have not heard anything bad about, but they do like, oh, it's just a fantasy ball. We're not going after one specific series and things like that. They encourage people to cosplay and dress up as the characters that they want to be in and things like that. That's a little bit more reasonable, but they also plan their events drastically far apart so they can plan.
This is mystery.
The Bridgerton experience, the Detroit Bridgerton Ball, things like
Can I
that.
spell?
I think this
This
shows
is
that there really isn't
Mira.
a want for like a Regency themed ball, and then
Bye.
just let the attention